Hello, everyone. How are you today, Terra Virtua family? How are you today, John?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. A little bit of lag on the video, but I'm doing great.
Don't worry,
How are you doing, Wendy?
I'm doing great. I can hear you well. And let me
Good.
introduce you a little bit to the TV family. So, we are having a great time with John Taylor, who has a big background in television, gaming industry, music world, movie memorabilia with brands like Batman, Superman, Star Trek, Star Wars, Spider-Man, Thor, and Avatar. And also, John was invited by Karen David from Harley Davidson to create a custom logo for the 100-year anniversary. Well, that's very impressive, John. It's good. But can you tell us a little bit more deep about what Joanne just tell us and about a fun story of working with big brands?
Sure. I think she already mentioned Karen Davidson from Harley Davidson. A lot of fun. Stan Lee, we did one of the first Marvel when he wanted to get into the motion picture industry. But he would come over to the studio. He was just a marvelous human to work with.
No biggie.
I remember the teacher showing this film. It was called Chariots of the Gods. It was basically ancient travelers would come to Earth, and that's where we got the pyramids and the great societies, the Asian and uh, Maya, Azteca culture. It was from ancient aliens. That always just triggered my mind. It's like mind-boggling at the time, still is. So that's kind of where he came from, ancient travelers, and so I would sketch. I had these ideas, but at the time I didn't have the skills that I wanted. So I kept pursuing um, this vision in my head, and what at the time it was airbrush, because I wanted something slick and smooth, um, you know, like almost untouched by humans. So I learned airbrush. I went to San Diego State, where I graduated, and then finally I went to Art Center College of Design, and it was a fabulous education. I learned airbrush, and I was able in 1982 to actually paint what it was in my head, which is Death Merchant, and that was the original airbrush drawing. So
Wow.
yeah, and so the fascinating thing too is I always, because I come from like an engineering background, and I love how mechanics move and stuff like so. Um, so I think in 3D, but of course we didn't have 3D programs at that time. So uh, the last 5 years, it's like day and night. All I do is 3D programs. So I learned all these programs, and that Death Merchant is one of the first releases in this series, which is it's just been wonderful for me because the original, you're only painting one side. So with the 3D, I was actually able to finish what the backside looks like, and kind of the scorpion and dreadlocks and everything like that. So I got to really refine uh, this model.
So, speaking of all of these characteristics, I would like to ask you the next question, and that is: does the Death Merchant have any superpowers? What would you say is the ultimate one?
Um, he likes snow cones. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, that's interesting.
Go ahead and mix it up there a little bit. No, uh, this series is Earth, Wind, Fire, Water. And the first one we're going to be introducing is fire, because fire is like one of my favorites. That's why we're introducing fire. So he not only controls the like volcano, the center of the earth, the heat of the earth, in volcanoes, but also fires. Like we've had devastated fires all over the world. Um, and I can't tell you all everything within the story, because we would be here for like 4 hours, but it all ties into what's going on on the earth right now, and it's a pretty amazing story.
Well, we want to know more, but I understand that you cannot tell us a lot about this. But I think the Terra Virtua family is very excited to see what you have in the store for us. But now I would like to ask you if you could spend one night on either the Death Star, the USS Enterprise, or Krypton, where would it be?
Oh, there is no question about that one. You know where my loyalty lies, and it's with Darth Vader and the Emperor. So it'd definitely be the Death Star. And I love everything about the Death Star, and the Emperor and Darth Vader is like one of my favorite characters of all time, of course.
So, in the dark side of the Force, huh?
The dark side.
That is very, very interesting. And finally, this being such an unique project, we are so positive that it will be a massive, massive hit. But I would like to know when is the first drop of the Dirt Merchant, the fire one. Could you
Okay,
tell us a little bit more?
the first drop, I can't tell you, but it's coming very, very soon because I'll get in trouble. There's many people on this team that have been working on this. We do have a date, but I'm going to let them, uh, uh, the team at Terra Virtue. Um, it's very exciting. So I'm going to let them tell you the date. I don't want to get anybody in trouble, including myself. So coming soon, though. It's coming very, very, very soon.
Ooh, that is very interesting because right now we can see in the screen the Terra Dome, and that is very interesting how the colors, the little bit of the sneak peek that we are having on the screen, and we cannot wait for this. So, would
Wendy,
you like? Yeah,
I'm
tell
so
me.
excited about. I mean, look at this.
I know. How do you
First,
feel about this?
the first time you could actually walk in to your fan cave, or I can actually spend time with the Death Merchant, and you can walk, around and see. I mean, to me, it's just magical what the guys over at Terra Virtue have done. That's all rigged. That's not an easy task to do what these guys have done. The wings are all rigged, and the dragons, and it's really cool. So
So
I'm so excited. I can't tell you. Sorry, I get excited.
no, 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 that is amazing because we like to know how the artist feels with his art, like in an NFT format, and that is very interesting to see. And right now we can see in the screen a little bit of a sneak peek, and right now I want to go to buy it because it's amazing. The colors and the
Too.
quality is amazing.
Yeah, but
So,
I love that whole uh, VR, AR, augmented reality, virtual reality. I just think that's where we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg. And what Terra Virtua has done is just amazing. But it's just going to get better and better and better, where you can actually go and um, uh, interact with the Death Merchant and all this in his universe, where he comes from. There's a history there. It's going to be wonderful.
so are we going to know about that, right, later on?
Oh
About the
yeah.
story? Okay, so that is very interesting. So I don't want to take more of your time, and I want to thank to the Terra Virtua family for being here and to join us. And we cannot wait for this. So thank you so much, John, for joining us. Thank you so much, TV family, and I hope that we can see this amazing, amazing collection soon.
It's coming soon. Thanks, Wendy. I really appreciate it.
No, no, no. Thank you. And thank you, Terra Virtua, for hosting this. And have everyone a beautiful day and see you soon.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.